Well, she's actually due the 28th, but she's
28th
July.
Oh.
But she's made a couple of trips to the hospital already, and they put her.
Right.
But yeah, she was out at the college today. I said, "Supposed to be on bed rest?" And she said, "Yes, I am." I said, "You don't look like it to me."
Standing there blocking traffic. Go your seats.
It's been a while since we got the bleachers, the outside bleachers for that.
The concrete was,
When Jim played, if the weather was nice, and the top on the concrete bleachers, because that's where the breeze would come.
Be with the players today, Lord, you keep them safe. Lord, be with the sportsmanship of the players, the coaches, Lord, even all the fans. Lord, we pray that you keep the rainways and we can live, love you. Lord, help us to glorify you in all we do. And we thank you for the freedom that we have here in America. In Jesus' name we pray.
Hey, Stefano, can you check and see if our live feed is coming through? Because they're saying at the station they can't load it.
Check it right now.
Okay.
You have connection, right? Internet connection? Mm-hmm.
I'm going to work too.
I'm seeing what the public's seeing.
There's got to be settings down there on that somehow.
Either that or
Too much traffic on
too
the
much
internet.
traffic, yeah. Which really, the only guys connected are you guys and maybe the
Yeah,
intern.
whoever the intern is giving out a password to.
I would, you could always change the password.
City has to do that. It's their basic password. I mean, I can call them and ask them to change it. But then I've got to give it to our interns again, and they're going to turn around and get right back out, for sure.
You just tell them not to give it up.
Well, I told them at the beginning of the year.
Okay, we're going to have to go ahead and start, and then they'll join us in progress because the post-game show is still going for the Rays. Okay, and we got music running right now because he was panicking that we weren't on yet. So. And that's where I plug in, right? I plug in there for that. Okay, I thought that's where we were plugged in before.
Just remember that
Just turn it
we're
down.
on.
Not right now, we're not.
I thought that thing was picking up everything.
No.
Okay, you ready?
Okay. All right. Yes.
Welcome, everybody, to Pat Thomas Stadium, Buddy Lowe Field, for tonight's contest. Here on the birthday of America, Independence Day, game between the Winter Park Diamond Dogs and the Leesburg Lightning. Winter Park Diamond Dogs come in second place team in the league, 11-7, and they're playing the hometown Leesburg Lightning. Coming 10-10. First pitch to Bowersox. Jordan Bowersox from Penn State is in for a strike. It's fouled off. So good start for Michael Johnson, the starting pitcher for tonight. And here to give you the lineups is my broadcast partner, Matthews.
As Roger told you, Jordan Bauer leading off for the Winter Park Diamond Dogs. Daniel Rodriguez plays second base. There's a bunt laid down. Michael Johnson goes up with it over and he stretches and makes the catch for one.
Made by Michael Johnson, bolted off the mound. Got to it and got
the third batter for Park is Jacob, first baseman. Hitter Matt McKee. Kyle will be in right field. Gibsonski will be in left. Chris Bird at third. Louis Olivier.
That was Daniel Rodriguez that just grounded out to the third baseman. So 5-3 out, so 2 away.
At shortstop, so 2 outs already. Michael McDowell on the mound. Michael Johnson.
You still got NASCAR.
I still got NASCAR on the mind. Michael Johnson is NASCAR. His dad works for RCR.
Yeah.
This ball hit to first base. Gagin on one hop takes it for out number 3. So wow, very few pitches thrown in that inning. 4 to be exact. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the bottom of the first inning.
Software?
One minute thing? 1 minute and 5 seconds?
No. He said they're still going. He thought they were the broadcast.
Back here live, Pat Thomas Stadium, Buddy Lowe Field, here on Independence Day. So far, the Winter Park Diamond Dogs hit in the top of the first, went 1-2-3, and the Leesburg Lightning now bat in the bottom of the first to lead things off. The second baseman, Jay Prather.
Prather only batting 174, but he's been fairly hot of recent games. The left-hander steps in. They playing pretty straight away. First pitch is a called strike on the outside corner by Tyler Keesor, the pitcher, a right-handed, tall right-handed pitcher for the Winter Park Diamond Dogs. Second pitch is a called strike. Both teams dressed out in red, white, and blue here tonight, Roger.
One team's normal colors are red, white, and blue.
Just for the winner, it's all.
There's a foul swing, and he missed it, and it gets away from the catcher, and Prather runs down to first base. So strikeout and pass ball gets him down to first base.
Pass ball, it hit the catcher's mitt, so.
Peyton Faulkner, the center fielder, batting .257, steps in, left-hander, and you got to watch him for a bunt right in this.
Bunting for a sacrifice. He'll be bunting for a base hit.
And he pulls the bat back as he attempted called strike. We have talked about this is a very good bunting team for the Lightning this year. At 1-1 count. That is the first pitch that's been called a ball tonight in the whole game.
Winter Park's playing pretty good, Billy. They come into the game 11-7. They're in second place.
Ball gets a throw over, but not far enough. Prather to take off. That was a good throw over there. It was close.
Yeah.
Independence Day here at Pat Thomas Stadium, and Faulkner misses a bunt. We do have some lightning and some heavy clouds off to the east. They're trying to work their way to the south.
I hope so.
So no outs, 1-2, and a swing and a miss by Faulkner for a strikeout. So Keesor has outs, but only one out shown on the board.
That's going to bring up Lightning Tristan Gagnon, the first baseman from Southeast Missouri State University.
He's batting .242 on the season.
He's got his pants up, and he's wearing one red and one blue sock.
Yeah, batting practice was very interesting, to say the least, today. Rich Billings likes to let the guys do stuff sort of in fun, and they all came in their red, white, and blue, and there was some extremely strange-looking garb. There's a chopper down the third base line, goes foul.
I guess I would be fair to say that this is probably the largest crowd in the Florida Collegiate Summer League this year.
Yeah, definitely. And we always have a big crowd, but we got a group of students from Europe here.
Most of them from Sweden, but they're from all over Europe. Student travel services.
Taking in a baseball game in the 4th of July.
Yep.
Throw over. Although I was told by my wife the other day, properly Independence Day. It's celebrated on the 4th.
Happy wife, happy life.
There goes runner Prather. Great pitch to go on, a breaking pitch, and it misses inside.
So stolen base for Jay Prather down at scoring position at second base.
Yeah, there was no way the catcher was going to throw him out on that pitch. So 1-1 now, 1 out. We have one runner on second base. Ball hit down at the feet of Doug Teagarden as he does a little dance over there to get out of the way. He is the coach of the third base box.
The student travel services people would understand that. That's from Europe. That's called the river dance.
Teagarden proving he's still a young guy.
One and pitching batting practice in cowboy boots.
Yeah, that was interesting. A couple of guys had cowboy boots on. Pitches down low, 2-2 the count to Gagnon.
So I believe this is the first time that the brothers Burgess have competed against each other.
Yeah, that's twin brothers, and both of them playing third base tonight for their team. Curveball in on the fist, hit high in the air and goes foul just beyond the seats, the concrete bleachers.
One of the fans using her umbrella as a ball deflector.
Treat every game like this.
That's a good idea. Umpire the other night could have used one of those, couldn't he?
Yeah.
2-2 now the count. And the pitch is tipped and caught. So it's
3 strikeouts in the inning so far for
Cage Cox will be the batter, batting .293.
He is hot right now. He's the leading offensive player of the Florida Collegiate Summer League. Comes out of here for in BP.
In batting practice, he also was had a man bun.
There's a balk. Didn't come set.
So we have a runner now at third base.
Teagarden's been campaigning for like 5 pitches. And he wasn't coming set.
And the pitch. And way out in front of that pitch as he took something off of it.
0-1 the count to Cage Cox from Alabama State University.
Somebody please touch the baseball.
Something one of our interns knows about, Alabama.
Yeah, I don't think she's an Alabama State fan, though.
She was in here earlier talking about her hair.
Her hire?
Yeah. Fouled off.
From the Croft Kitchen.
Roger, those cookies you made were fantastic today.
Roger was good. Roger can make cookies.
I can participate in the Bake for the Press box. We had a record number. Have you tried those Butterfinger cookies?
I haven't gotten down to those yet.
Moly. We had a record.
They get that far.
Good job, Roger.
We had a record number, and I'm sure people are still coming.
Ball hit to the second baseman, Rodriguez, over to Catsfay and for out number 3.
Did you hear the fans?
What the base? All time.
They cheered the fact.
Hey guys, how you doing? Good to see you.
Chuck, do you ever dress up like Santa Claus around Christmas time?
Yeah, of course. No, the fat joke, isn't it?
No.
You know what that is? What are you making fun of my son by your fat joke? It's in a ball game on July 4th. Really, you making that? You got it?
Okay.
I think people should come here and bother us.
Okay, welcome back to Pat Thomas Stadium, Buddy Lowe Field for the top of the second.
Okay, who's up the bat?
Matt McKee is the batter. First pitch is a cold strike.
Is that McKee or is that Mackey?
Mackey. Okay. I'll go Mackey.
Yeah, I think it's Mackey. There's another strike. So 0-2 real quick to the designated hitter for the Diamond Dogs. And Mackey is from Northwest Florida State College.
So Michael Johnson with the pitch out. Tried to get him to go for one on the outside corner, and he didn't bite on that one.
1-2 the count to Mackey.
Swing and a miss. The ball dropped by Tenney, but he throws down to Gagnon for out number 1.
So out swinging, 3 on the put out for the first out of the inning. It's going to bring up Number 8, the right fielder, Kyle Gutvig. Emery Riddle.
It's great having all these Europeans with us because we have European names today. Yeah. Just misses on the outside corner, ball 1. This is Michael Johnson's 6th appearance. Ball is fouled into the bleachers on the right side. This is his 4th start. He has pitched in 22 innings, has an earned run average of .82. Swing and a miss.
Actually, he ticked it. So it was a foul and a catch. 1-2 to count.
So actually, it's the Woodland Park utility.
And there's a chopper. Johnson comes off the mound, gets it over to Gagin for out number 2.
It's going to bring up Gibson Krasminski, and he is from West Virginia, so he plays for my buddy Steve Savins at West Virginia. First coach of the Leesburg Thunder is the head assistant at West Virginia. So people come here to boost their resume and get hired.
When do you get another job?
I like being the general manager of the first place Leesburg Thunder.
There you go. 1-0 now to Krasminski. He fouls his second one off toward my car. On the
Billy, I can tell you, don't ever park your car where they hit foul balls.
Well, I tried to get far enough out so I could get out easily, too. Ball hit up the middle.
Base hit.
Yep.
Of the game. And that's Gibson Krasminski. And so that's a single up the middle.
To bring up the third baseman.
And brings up the third baseman from Middle Georgia, Chris Burgess.
You knew something about this guy.
Yep. Somebody's tent just went because they didn't have it secured down, so that's not a good sign. The wind has started blowing in about 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, it's blowing pretty good. I've been watching the trees over that left side.
It's starting to swirl. That's not a good sign.
Chris Burgess now takes first pitch up high. Burgess played for your Thunder team for a couple of games.
Yes, he did. I've had 2 players already called up to the majors from the Thunder.
And that's the whole reason for the Futures League teams.
You prepare them to play for the next level, and the immediate next level is the Florida League. And and I will tell you, Trace Thornell is doing a great job with the Scorpions. Great job. He played here the other night, the game that you made me fly solo on.
Yeah.
And he was in the game.
We have 2 strikes now, 1-2 the count on Burgess.
So I asked Trace Thornell about the difference, and he said the only difference.
Ball hit to the shortstop Lambert over to Prather for out number 3.
And then Krasminski is out 6-4. So he told me the only difference, Billy, is that almost every pitcher in the Florida League is good, but the best Florida League pitchers the best Futures League pitchers compared to the Florida League pitchers, there's not much of a difference.
Very good.
But all of them are good up here. So anyway, after 1.5, no score here at the at Pat Thomas Stadium, Buddy Lowe Field, here on Independence Day. We'll be back in 60 seconds here on the Lightning Radio Network.
We're in the middle of the second.
After 1.5.
That's the middle of the second. I was only messing with you.
Because you voted for Bernie.
I didn't vote for him. I
Hey, folks, it is this opportunity to say happy birthday to Porter Hawkins, 10. He's been with us for 3 or 4 years selling his birthday. Happy birthday, Porter Hawkins. Obviously, happy birthday, America. But happy birthday to Tucker Smith, one of the Lightning players. Join us if you will. Age 20, Tucker Smith.
Okay, we're back here live in Buddy Lowe Field for the bottom here at the ballpark. To lead things off, the other Burgess, Brent Burgess.
Yeah, that's pretty good, Chris. Last out, and Brent is the first guy up. Is that a version of the guy making a great play in the field and being the first guy up?
Well, I think two brothers playing in the same game in the Florida League is a great thing. I don't know, is there a magnet on Brenton Burgess? That ball almost hit him.
Yeah,
his first 6 at-bats in the Florida League, he got hit 3 times.
Hits the ball right at the shortstop. Rivera makes a line drive catch at waist high.
It's going to bring up number 28, Camden Williamson, the left fielder. Camden Williamson is from North Carolina A&T.
Batting 3.
Look at the fish. The Osprey's got a big fish, and he flew right in front of the grandstand, right in front of the net.
He's having a hard time against the wind.
Yeah, look at the wind.
Williamson, batting 378, takes a first pitch for a strike.
We're going to have record merchandise sales. Look at all the Swedish girls up here on the top row.
Yeah.
They've all bought Lightning shirts.
Williamson, swing and a miss. We need to let them know that they can listen to Lightning games when they go home.
That's right. Hopefully they're listening to Lightning games tonight. We talked about having one of the administrators come up and talk during the game.
1-2 the count. Williamson hits it. First baseman takes it, tosses it to the pitcher, and out number 2.
Okay, Kevin Lambert will be the batter, the shortstop for the Lightning. And Kevin Lambert's from Western Kentucky University. You know what they are? Mascot?
Colonels.
No, Western Kentucky.
Western Kentucky.
Hilltoppers.
Hilltoppers, that's right. Kevin Lambert, 333. It's pretty good when your 5, 6, and 7 hitters are your best hitters on your team, average-wise. He tries to bunt.
No, he pulled it back, I believe. 1-0.
Okay.
Henderson in the house.
2 outs now here in the second. There. Swing and a miss, and we have a lightning delay.
Okay, so
6:22.
I didn't hear anything. Hey, don't give up on us, folks. This thing looks like it's going to try to blow over. Got a little close. It does put us in a 30-minute lightning delay. Imagine that. So sit back, relax, I'll play some music. We got some food we can eat. We'll have a good time. Just be.
Okay, Billy. Well, are you in contact with? We forget to mention every inning that this is the Leesburg Lightning Game of the Week here on WLBE, 7:90 a.m. Leesburg, Eustis, and the Villages, and it's sponsored by Lake State College.
And right now on the radio station, we're still finishing up the post game for the Tampa Bay Rays and Chicago Cubs. They were ahead 6-1 the last I heard. So Chris Archer got his first hit of his career in Major League Baseball.
I heard he got a hit, scored a run,
and had an RBI.
Good for him.
Yeah.
So they probably walked somebody to get to him, and he came through with a hit. He's a good athlete.
Yeah,
you can tell he's a ball player.
Yeah. Now this may be a reason why we don't get a full ball game in tonight.
Because we have to be done by the fireworks at 9 o'clock. So, well, we got a lot of time to kill, Billy. Do we just want to play some music for a little bit, or do you want to talk this thing out and see what's going on?
Well, it looks like the weather is passing to the south, as we said. It's clearing up on the east. We do see a little bit of rain off to the southeast.
I don't think rain's going to be the problem, really. I think it's the lightning.
And it does look like it could pass on by, which would be really good. So right now we're less than 30 minutes. We are at 29 minutes. But it'd be a shame if we don't get this game in.
Well, you can see behind it. It's clear.
Yeah, it is.
So this is definitely going to be a temporary delay.
By the way, from a big Chicago Cubs fan, I just found out the Rays won 6-5.
So Frank Jolly?
Yeah.
Hello, Frank.
Frank, it's good to hear from you, buddy.
Yeah, Frank's been a tremendous asset while we're talking about the there's the Cubs World Series ring.
Whoa.
Oh, it's got your name. It's got your name on it. So we're sitting here with Stefano Foggi, Vice President of the Florida League, and he's got a Cubs World Series ring. I wonder if it's got the 108 diamonds in it. They went 108 years between World Series titles, so they put 108 diamonds in the ring.
And if I'm not mistaken, the Cubs are below 500 now this season.
Wow.
The Tampa Bay Rays are above 500.
Oh, they're like 4 or 5 games.
Yeah, they're great ball.
You know who's at 500 now and started off terrible? The Atlanta Braves.
Atlanta Braves, yep. Oh, by the way, for anybody out there that has not heard, there are one of our favorite ball players, Jonathan Lucroy, is on the trading block.
Really?
Yep. The Texas Rangers need a relief pitcher, and he is not having the greatest season in the world, but they have nothing in their minor league system, so he's the only thing of value.
You know why? Because they're always a player in trades.
Yeah.
And you have to give up your young studs down in the farm system in order to get veteran players to come, because they're usually in the playoff hunt.
Yeah.
But, hopefully Jonathan Lucroy, if he gets traded, goes to a team that will appreciate an offensive catcher.
Oh yeah, definitely, and he is known as one of the best catchers to frame pitches.
But he's not. I mean, when you look at, he's not a Molina when it comes to defensive catchers. He's not a bad defensive catcher.
No.
Don't get me wrong, but there's not a lot of offensive catchers in the major leagues, and he could be a 300 hitter, or has been in the past. So far we've gotten through an inning and 2/3, and no score here at Pat Thomas Stadium, Buddy Lowe Field on Independence Day, and we are in a lightning delay, and hopefully this is a very, very temporary situation, but it is going to delay the game by at least 30 minutes.
And we've had a reset, it looks like.
Yeah, we've had a reset, unfortunately.
All right, well, it looks like it's going to be a while, and
so do we want to, are we on the radio right now?
No, we are not on the radio right now.
Why don't we do this? Why don't we go ahead and play some music?
Yeah.
And we will be back to you in approximately 10 or 15 minutes to give you some type of information as to when we restart the game. So for right now, no score here, Pat Thomas Stadium, Buddy Lowe Field, on 4th of July's Independence Classic. And we are going to turn it over to some music, and we'll be back in about 15 minutes. I guarantee I got, oh wait, I didn't bring my briefcase. I got it. Hey,
Good to see you.
So anyway,
Yeah, I saw him doing the salute.
Last year, when we did the flag ceremony before July, he participated in it.
What time do we? 23, did you say?
6:22 on my watch.
The Butterfinger. He said he wants to eat everything Butterfinger.
I think the lake's gonna save us.
Please. The lake always does.
No, not eating.
She said it's the one that looked like my cinnamon cookies. Right there. From there.
Well, that's like a 2 miles away.
2 miles?
Did you get one? Looks like you got two.
Well, the one broke.
Oh, let's get it.
5.23 on the last one.
You can find one.
Let's go. There's a tire fee there.
Butter now. Ooh. And the dough.
Is it like it's...
Can I dump these here? Just for right now.
Yeah.
There's not enough space.
Dump them in
Hey, you know we got ball buckets down in my locker.
big one.
Uh-oh.
Reset.
8 o'clock, 9 o'clock does not look good.
Well, Billy, all you got to say is it's going to rain between 8 and 9 o'clock and it won't.
One of those you were talking about, isn't it?
Yep. To play some dance music. I bet you those girls would come down here and dance. I don't think they're going to dance to the Soggy Bottom Boys.
Electric slide.
You got that on there?
The next one's in there.
What are they here for?
They're from the Student Travel Services. We get them, they come every year.
Oh, really?
They have their choice of where when they choose Leesburg because it's free. Literally, that's what they told us. Because they hit,
What do they, like, do they stay down in Orlando or something?
where they're staying, this group is staying, but usually they stay at Disney. And whenever they go to something at Disney, they have to pay $18 a head. And here, it's free.
Use that stadium there, but they charge.
On the student travel service.
They charge parking here, so just, no one would want to go there. It's so expensive.
Yeah. Maybe I'll go get the umpires a sandwich or something.
I'm going out of town. Can you give us a sandwich?
Yeah, stay tuned, Mike, and all the listeners out there. I hope they're enjoying it. And I know you do. Chris Archer gets first base of his major league raised an RBI and scored a run in the game. So that was the difference. That inning, they were up 6-1 after. 6-5, but let you know right here, the Winter Park Diamond Dogs are in town. We do have a thunderstorm that's it was to our east, and it looked like it was going to head south, but it a little bit west, and we're still 30 minutes out before the rain play is over. They are getting ready to cover the field because there's a little bit of drizzle going on right now also, but it's not going to last very long. Looks like we will get the game in, but we will not start it in and after 9 o'clock tonight due to fireworks at 9:15. So actually we're having fireworks here right now, but there's no score in the game and 2 outs in the second. There's only been 1 hit so far. It's been a very defensive game. The pitchers have done a great job so far. We're hoping we're going to get a ball game in. I want to let everybody know next week, on Monday and Wednesday, for the Leesburg Lightning. And try to make up some of the rain games that we have missed out on. And because the Leesburg Lightning presented by Lake Sumter State College, we want to make sure our sponsors are happy. So, but we have a huge crowd out here. We've got a group from Europe that are students that are traveling, and they come here for 4th of July every year. They have about 150 or so, maybe 200 people here today. And the fans are starting to thin out just a little bit right now because it's raining out on our third side concrete seating, and they have now covered the field, so it'll be a good half hour. I'm expecting maybe 7:30 we may get a start of this ball game.
Can you announce it again or lower the music? Because I can hear me over the music.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that we hold on.
Okay.
Right now.
We're expecting 7:30, possibly, and really we're going to get a heavy rain. It's up to the east. It's just
Can you just hold the mic?
the storm is going to head south and west. As I'm looking to the east, it's cooler low. Have a look on my weather tonight with maybe rain, so could mess up the fireworks, but hopefully we'll get a game in. Oh yeah, it's everybody looks forward to the 4th of July and all the great fireworks. It's always a fun time. Somewhere, but I'd say between 7:15 and 7:30, but I'll try to figure that out. Okay. All right. Have a good one. Well, as blind mosquitoes last year, rain the year before, and lightning this year.
just waiting to get out of here.
Something took it no matter what it is.
Not underwater. It's not, yeah, they have sustaining water in the outfield. They had a lot of rain today. We had one of those storms that just sat on us. I was in Winter Park and they had this thing. It was bad. It was like as red as could be on the radar. Some purple. Had on us for like an hour. I mean, it was the longest downpour ever.
That Mission Ward, they have where you were at, they have artificial, right?
Yeah, on the infield.
Oh, not the outfield, right? It's like Brantley there.
What happened in Winter Park today? Right?
Yeah, last night I was telling him yesterday evening between like around 5 o'clock, we had the same storm hit them. I was in Winter Park. The hardest downpour for like an hour, at least an hour. And that field, they went out there this morning. This 1 o'clock game. They went out there this morning. All water. It's just too saturated.
He said, well, is over. Okay, 30 minutes from now, it's going to be 7:30. Okay, so it's probably going to be 8 o'clock before you resume the game at the rate we're going here. And so we're going to get another 2 innings and we're going to have to stop the fireworks. Stefano had an idea, and I already thought about this earlier today. Why don't we try starting at a 5 o'clock start? Next 4th of July. I know we're trying to coordinate it with fireworks, but then we just got to figure out some way to keep them here for an hour.
No matter what we do, we'll always have to react to the facts of the time. If we run the war.
Yeah. So, okay, think of it this way. If we start earlier and we finish early, what can we do for entertainment to keep the fans entertained?
Nothing.
A dance contest or some sort of on-field games or something?
We have a concert. An easy setup concert.
One time we talked about moving to West Virginia. Is that right? Give up on those plans? So you'll be working for the Lightning next year, is that what you're saying? We start early in January.
Don't come with questions, come with answers. Okay.
I will think it over since I have all kinds of time to think it over. Come on.
Cocktail flowers, not tartar sauce.
That was a nasty little purple sail that just went over Lake Denham. I think it's going to go by as far as we're running out of time. By the time this stuff clears the fireworks.
I think we play baseball as long as we can. That's what these folks came to see. What are you going to do? Tell them, well, we ain't going to do that for an hour? I don't care whether you count the game or what, but I think we ought to play baseball.
Well, players seem to be up in the stands, at least the winter park players in the stands, mainly when the fans are getting pictures. That's great.
Yep.
And we are back here at Pat Thomas Stadium, Buddy Lowe Field. We're still in 28 minutes at the earliest. We have a storm that's just sort of hanging around to the west of us. So, but everything is clearing up. The thing is, we have fireworks that are scheduled for 14. So we're just waiting here to see what happens, and we're in the bottom of the second inning with 2 outs. It's still nothing to nothing between the Winter Park Diamond Dogs and the Leesburg Lightning. So we'll go back to our and we'll give you an update at, let's see, what time is it now? At 7:15, we'll give you an update.
was a good idea.
Good idea. How's it looking, Jack? Looks like it's getting better, but we'll see. You say it got down to 27 or 26?
It got down to 28 before. And they're running, what, 2806?
You have, and you've got all these people out here in this vicinity. If you don't put it down, nothing's going to happen. I'll be the
I tell you, sometimes it's me.
Can we start up a little bit with the game overlap? Oh, you feel if you're out firewall going on. So what would happen? Like say we start and we're in the 7th inning, do we just call the game?
Maybe. If it's a tie, yeah. Likely if we go past 6 innings, 5.5 innings, we get stopped by the fireworks, the game's an official game no matter what the score is.
That's correct. What would they use the word tie? It'd be a tie.
It'd be like playing in Japan. What ties in Japan?
It'd be like playing soccer.
That's the word. You said you have a sister.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like kissing her.
How do you know?
I'm just saying.
Good point.
I haven't kissed his sister. I don't know.
I just want a little brother.
I thought maybe it was stuck on 29 because you were downstairs, but you're up here and it's still on 29. So.
We need to do an update at 7:15. I already did. I helped put the target.
Maybe 14, 15, 16 minutes. Maybe. Depends on the weather. It's sitting right over there.
There's 2 games and they're ranked both games, so I think that should stay off.
No. Come to the game.
Well, you might not have to ever worry about Rita being at the concession stand again.
There you go, baby.
You just kick her out. Kim told her, pack her shit and get out of here. out in the parking lot, so I walked around and I found where the card is. Has a tag number for it.
Come in.
Here's the
All right, read it to me.
best movie for you. Tag number is 575 IGY.
What is it?
It's a Nissan Altima. Silver in color. We need your help. It's got Florida State and in the back.
Is that about the Florida State plate?
You're thinking Florida State plate.
Nissan Silver Altima.
Don't charge admission. It's part, he says, they can't say collection plate. Right in the player park.
Park.
Yes. Right close to the
Who's from Florida State on our team?
It might not be our team.
Raven.
What's Draven?
I don't know.
Come on, guys.
You got a tag number, just read it out.
Well, yeah, but I'm expecting you guys to be better. It's just kind of tough. You know all the other
I don't play
statistics
against
about
them
that.
yet.
I mean, y'all going to have to do better if you keep stats. Damn. But if it's a player, they probably won't be able to hear us. Okay.
I don't know, someone's standing down on the field.
Right? Maybe all of us standing down there on the field. Okay.
At the end of the night, nothing looking for it.
Now that guy went and looked at, unlocked every card to figure out which one was.
He did.
Oh, you do sit that button right there.
Well, I know, but
Silver Altima with a Florida State plate on it. It maybe one of the players we have here up here. Silver Altima with Florida State plates on it. Worked in the player parking. Somebody's found your keys.
You want to give a shout out to one of your favorites? Nick Judas is in the house.
really?
Right side over. With his dad in the gray shirt.
Red shirt on.
Red shirt.
Okay, Dad.
Like the great Nick Judas.
Wearing a Yankees cap.
And just in case anybody's forgotten, down the right side of the New York Yankee cap, light great Nick Judas! Hometown favorite for Lightning Nick, we're glad to see you on July 4th. Come up here and say hi to us. If you folks remember Nick Judas, he can play in the infield like nobody else.
Looks like Jack Benning. Swear to God.
Hey buddy, good to see you. Thanks for being here.
How you doing? How are you doing? Good to see you. How's your brother doing?
Good.
Your sister?
She's got a little one now.
Oh, really? Wow.
You gonna get it in?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Chuck, you got my
How do you player parking lot. Yeah, all right. Now.
There's no place else to park. I played once, but I didn't play very good. They wouldn't let me play no more.
Yeah, somebody found it. Somebody found it. And I guess they knew they hit the.
They went out looking for who. You know, okay.
I moved
So
my
what's
car.
new? What are you
I
doing?
thought it was going to rain and
The sheriff's office in Leesburg County.
Oh, really?
Road with them.
I came over here, she said,
Ready to
well,
open a baseball facility
maybe it's
down
not going to
there.
be.
My son is
Well, you go over here.
works for U.S. Marshals.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah,
Good for you.
How's it like?
All right.
loves it. He's ate up with it. I mean, he loves it. Hey, Chuck, you ready to cry? Guess what Nick does now? Deputy.
No, you're not. Oh, you're the man. Citrus?
Hillsborough.
Seriously? Big boys.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot different.
Big boys down there. They got lots of deputies.
They have lots of deputies because they have lots of crime.
And lots of area. I mean,
Lots of toys, too.
Nebraska's fun.
yeah. I bet it is.
So what's your area?
Nebraska, Fletcher, and Fowler.
Oh, my God.
How is that not the city?
Parts of it is. Once you get to most of Fowler is, and further north, there's
So you're out by You about 7? Yeah. Well, that's good.
Great.
It's busy for sure.
Yeah.
What do y'all guys work? 4 12s or 2 12s?
I work 2 on. Like this week I work Wednesday, Thursday.
2 3 2.
How are we doing this year?
500.
We're amazing. We're looking really good on paper.
I can tell you this, we don't have a person that can glove it like you, we don't have a person that can hit it like you, so.
But other than that,
We're, pretty good.
I was counting the years on my way here. It's been 10 years.
You're still in the record book.
For what?
I think you got the most hits.
You need to go around and look at the record book.
I didn't know there was one.
Yeah, on this most doubles, your name's here a number of times.
Is that it?
Well, this is just
What happened on this day?
on this date type stuff. I mean, you got a lot of gauge at doubles.
I think he's got the most hits, doesn't he?
No, I think Tillotson does.
No, not talking about in a year, I'm talking about career.
Maybe. But if you go to the website, right here, and I'm thinking the history book, you can download the PDF. You can download it.
How big is that PDF now, Jack? 1,000 pages?
No, 1,200 or something.
Yeah.
So where are you going to open the baseball facility?
Somewhere in Pasco. I'm looking at Indian Lakes. Get into Tampa, the warehouses are 3-4 times.
You got to look at Dade City. Dade City, that area around
gotta
St.
go
Louis.
where the kids are.
I like Dade City. The only thing with Dade City is a lot of my kids are coming from Tampa and further west. So it's a drive.
Have you got a travel team you're coaching?
I was coaching 4 of them, but I'm kind of getting away from the team side of it and just focusing on the training side until I might start it again. But the parents are rough.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, not many parents are like it was when we were growing up. Everybody wants to see. To me, it's the travel ball mentality now. Everything is measured by how the individual does and not how the team does. So these kids, man, they got terrible attitudes, and then their parents are worse.
Well, there's just so many teams now. Back then, you kind of stayed quiet because if you didn't play with that team, there wasn't really anybody to play for. Now, every dad that gets mad starts a travel team the next week.
Yes.
Most games played in a career, 110. You got to out one day go by.
Marquette College? I got a text from Marquette.
Most games started at 180.
What'd you do?
Most at bats, 431.
I think he's got most hits.
Run scored,
Most hits. Nick Del Judas.
118.
118, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Most doubles, 31.
New Austin was close. Is Austin retired? Is he out of here? He's out of here, yeah. Simmons.
Yeah. Number 5 on sacrifice flies.
I flew out a lot, so that's
Sacrifice hit. Side percent.
He's probably got outs by a non-catcher.
stolen bases? You gotta be kidding me.
That just goes to show you how bad we suck at stealing bases.
Yeah, but Mark Stewart hit by
Yeah, that was cool. I think he doubled me in that one season.
Where's Stefano at?
He's on the field last.
Now Nixon, 22 for 26, 1 year.
All right, you want to make an executive decision? You go tell Stefano if he wants to be a good guy. Let's get him on the field now, warm it up.
Stephanie still running things?
How many minutes we got here?
24.
But how far away is it now? It's way gone.
2.95 miles was the last strike.
How many minutes we got?
16 minutes, or what, 6
minutes.
Yeah, about 6 minutes ago.
Where's Richie at? Is he hiding?
We are back here at Pat Thomas Stadium, Buddy Lowe Field, and giving you an update on the rain delay that we have here between the Winter Park Diamond Dogs and the Leesburg Lightning. We're still sitting at the 24-minute mark. The last lightning strike was just about 3 miles away. And so remind you that the score is 0-0 in the bottom of the second inning with 2 outs. We've only had 1 hit so far in the game. Everything has calmed down around here. It's just the lightning is all we're worried about. So we'll be back here at about 7:30 or thereabouts and get you caught up on what's going on. So we'll be back here on the Leesburg Lightning Network right after this.
Okay, here he comes.
drag out the shirts and make it a hats.
Put up a table and sell it.
And then if somebody wants something, and then we get that, someone will get it out of the store.
This thing goes, it rings at 0, right?
Yeah.
What happens if you turn it off or turn it on? Are you set?
I don't think so.
And once we get the 3 loud
It
beeps,
will
we should
record
be able
that
to.
this is not responding, so I don't know what happens.
I think once you get the 3 loud beeps, it's all clear. Then I think you could turn it off with less of a risk of.
Once that happens, I don't think you're going to see the rest of the night anyway.
Well, that's my point, but I'm just saying.
I'm not worried
to
about
mitigate that happening.
I'm worried about if we get them out of then we'll wait this to go.
Turn it off so you don't hear the beats. Although playing when it was still
To the Venetian Gardens and the pool and everything else for everybody.
yeah, they're waiting.
As soon as you got the beach.
So when the are circling the wagon you have to do before when you set up and why'd you do that? Because I made the best decision under the fact that I knew at the time. And if it's wrong, I'm sorry, but if it's right, it's right. Rules are made
If
to be interpreted.
If I were the meteorologist expert who decided that you should wait 30 minutes from a strike,
That's all.
Then why do they have different models? They can't agree on how many miles.
I guess it's all about the amount of risk people want to take.
Damn, well, I think we were just talking about that.
I'm feeling pretty lucky right now. Let's get them out there.
How would we feel if we struck a lightning?
How would we feel if one guy that we let him drive? It will make you happy, like you sit there. I'm all for you waiting
I'm not
30
going to wait
minutes.
30 minutes, but I told him we would go out there right about now and start getting
One, walk off.
I'm going to time it so that this alarm goes off by the time we're ready.
So like 10 minutes till, I would say yes. If it's not there, then walk off.
Their pitch is going to need 10 to 15, so we're going to get better than right now.
He needs to go
Which I
down.
thought of that.
He needs to go down for a warm up.
I already told the coach that. I was just coming to see what this thing is saying.
I'll keep you up to date on the scoreboard.
Yeah, I was more curious about the light with this one.
The few amount of pitches that were thrown, I wonder if they'll leave the same guys in or not.
It's going to depend on the coach. It depends on how long they've been sitting and waiting.
Yeah.
Then we need a better system.
Just 1 year, you guys turn that off on 4th of July?
Don't you never say that. Don't you never say that to me again.
And then what happens when you get on the pool and gets struck?
I am kidding. No, we actually cleared the pool at about 8 last. We cleared the water.
Yeah, because in my deposition, Mr. Dunstan, did you explain how that? I can't. You know,
One Rima, comma Travis.
I was directed.
I don't know who Rima is, but
I was directed by the Parks and Recreation Director with their private Rima to turn that machine off. Period.
man,
And I was in the room with Jack and Tony Matthews. Later they told me.
they heard
I didn't
nothing.
say nothing.
They heard nothing. How you been, man? Very good.
Yeah.
Jack and him. In the building.
Oh, you pulled that up too. I just was talking to Interchuck, and he's like, "You remember that website that you count it down?" I was like,
If I fix one more sign for the city of Leesburg, because y'all won't stop and put a zip tile. Fix the one at Canalman.
"Like the Pop Warner football?"
Yeah, I fixed that.
Okay.
I've been watching it for, a week.
You're more perceptive than I am. I drive by and I don't even
That's
know.
not even what it is. Fixed one,
Maybe I need to start.
fixed one at the marina the other day.
Yeah. How's life at the marina treating you?
I think it's working really good. I really do. The new guy who's working for Brian, who transferred,
Andy?
seems to be doing a really good job.
Yeah, the only thing about Andy, he was our best field guy.
What did you
Yeah, so he's a great worker.
If we got a chance to sell merchandise, I'd love to
Hello?
sell it.
Yeah.
So we have everything lined up.
saying it's counting down from 14 with 3 miles. So we can get it rolling.
That's just where the last strike was.
All right, so I'm gonna go load up the ice cream then.
Swedish competing teams here.
You know what? I talked to him. I saw all these yellow backpacks, and so finally I saw a crew of them, and I said, "Hey, what are you guys doing? What's going on?" And they said they're here from Scandinavia, and they're coming to the ball game.
Yeah, it was free.
Yeah, and there was a whole crew, and so I saw some of them were all still in their beach wear. They were in the pool for a while, and then I saw a couple of them got all dialed up to come over to the game. Like, oh, those guys look like a baseball player.
Yeah, we need to coordinate an effort with them if they come on July 4th.
I had no idea. We started seeing them all over, and even Joni Smalley was like, "What are these people with the yellow backpacks?" And I was like, "You know what? I don't know, but I'll ask him." This phone is gonna throw him in that way.
Turn it off.
All right, I gotta run. We'll see you guys.
See you later, bye.
Hey, we have fans in the bullpen down on the left side.
Have you noticed that? We have fans in there now.
They're targeting 12 minutes.
Gee, I make that 7:45.
I'd already told them that.
Get some guys out of the bullpen down there, will you?
Huh?
Get some people out of the bullpen down there.
The league has fans in the bullpen.
Hey folks, we're fixing to start in about 12 or 15 minutes, but we're going to play.
Fireworks goes to
All you can do. We'll play a lot of 7-inning games.
This one's going to be a 5.5 sets.
I guarantee I can lay that out.
You're listening to Leesburg Lightning Baseball. We have a report for you right now that at about 7:40 we'll be back on the air. 7:40 we'll be back on the air. The teams are warming up, and the Lightning is leaving the area. And we want to get this game going before the fireworks at 9:15. So we're going to play some music for a couple more minutes, and we'll be right back. 7:40.
Lambert has a 1-1 count on him.
0-1.
0-1.
Or, excuse me, 1-0.
1-0.
They took a pitch away.
Oh, okay.
The horn going off.
Oh, okay. All right. Nights, it's a shame we have fireworks. It'd be nice to play the whole game.
Yeah.
Okay, now Thursday we're playing who at 4 o'clock? Winter Park. 7-inning game?
7 and a 9.
Oh, we're playing Winter Park both games.
Yep. And the first game, Winter Park's going to be home.
Okay. That was my dating days. Went to see her down at Universal. She was good. What's her name?
Tina Turner?
Donna Summers.
I would have really liked to see Tina Turner in concert.
Yeah, that would have been, yeah. That Donna Summer was great in concert. She was great. Of course, she wouldn't be very good now, but it was she probably stinks the place up.
Yeah, I don't think Johnson will come back out.
I don't think so.
That's a shame.
That's right, they're level. See him again on Thursday.
Yeah. He was really excited about pitching tonight. That's, I can remember the second show we were on, we talked about how many people that were going to be here, and he and Cam were on the show. And then the next game, he says, boy, I hope I get to pitch on that with your 4th of July game. He said, that would be great.
I was there close to 2,000 people. That's probably a stretch. I know we're right at 1,500 at least. I booked concessions that's permitted up down there.
No, I do too.
See the 14 and under Babe Ruth softball team from outdoor took second place in the state. Yeah. They're gonna. They're supposed to be on the show Saturday. Not confirmed yet, but there's a good chance of it.
Hey, Travis, can you let the fireworks go about 10 o'clock? Europeans doing it?
Yeah.
I thought you were parade across.
Yeah, we do.
That'd be good.
Go. Parker has no fear.
Huh?
Parker has no fear, except for Stryker, but it's...
Oh, he ain't afraid of baseball at all.
No.
Hey, you gotta use a glove and put up all stop building.
Yep.
Gonna stop the game at 9, no matter what.
No matter what.
No,
Welcome back to Pat Thomas Stadium, Buddy Lowe Field. You're listening to the Leesburg Lightning Game of the Week presented by Lake Sumter State College. We have about 2 minutes left in the lightning delay that we had. The delay lasted about an hour and 20 minutes, and in fact an hour and 18 minutes, I think, and to be exact. And we were in the bottom of the second inning, and the Leesburg Lightning have 2 outs in the bottom of the second, and Kevin Lambert will be the batter with a 1-0 count. And there's only been 1 hit in this ball game, and that was by the Diamond Dawgs. We have to at least get 4.5 innings in if the Leesburg Lightning are ahead for it to be a complete game. This game will be stopped at 9 o'clock no matter what. If we've played the 5 full innings and it's a tie ball game, it will be considered a tie ball game. We have 9 o'clock will be the latest any inning can start because we have fireworks going off at 9:15 here at Leesburg at Venetian Gardens. Have well over 2,000 people here tonight. We have a group of young people here, probably about 150 of them that are from Europe and part of a Swedish travel group, and they're from 3 or 4 different countries over in Europe, and they're going to take part in a musical chairs that's going to take place at the end of this inning. It's going to be an exciting thing to see, and we're excited to have them here with us, and a chance for them to see an American baseball game, and also the fireworks and enjoy the 4th of July celebration that's going on here at Pat Thomas Stadium, Buddy Lowe Field, and also at Venetian Gardens. The horn just went off. That horn means it's time to play baseball. The fans are excited. We had quite a windstorm here at one point. It looked pretty bad, and it started drizzling a little bit. We had lightning get within about 2 miles of us. So the teams have taken the field, and it looks like the pitcher that's going to the mound will be number 11, Tyler Kiesor, who was the pitcher to start the ball game, and he is on the mound now getting his warm-up tosses in. Doug Teagarden talking to the umpire. The Winter Park Diamond Dogs have their red jerseys on with blue numerals today. The Leesburg Lightning wearing their patriotic uniforms. It's a sort of a camouflage looking thing with blue sleeves on it, blue numbers with red outline to it. So we're glad that you could join us on the radio now. Y'all were listening to the Tampa Bay Rays as we started this broadcast, and of course we have an obligation to the Tampa Bay Rays to finish that game, and they beat the Chicago Cubs 6-5.
You can't say today. That too loud. We got the world's biggest Cubs fan in the press box with us.
Well, I don't know. Frank Jolly may say something about that.
I don't know. Stefano's got a ring that's got his name on it.
Kevin Lambert steps in with a 1-0 count on him, a .333 batting average. He's playing shortstop today.
Hit a home run last time here. Oh, that's right. You weren't here to see it. First pitch is inside.
He almost got hit on that.
Yeah.
It's 2-0.
Oh, that's right.
Away the strike.
They took away the strike when the horn went off.
Lambert hits a ground ball. It goes to Rivera, and Rivera drops it.
So E6.
So the shortstop drops the ball, gets an error, and we have McTenney coming up. The last 2 games, he's had 3 hits, and those are only 3 hits. It's the only 3 hits of the year for him, and batting 150.
So when he didn't have any hits, you said they were looking for his first hit. Now he's had 3 hits in 2 games, and you say it's the only 3 hits he's got. Give the guy a break, man. He's 2 for his last 3.
There you go. That's we knew he would start hitting the ball.
Won a state championship in high school as a catcher at Lake Brantley.
Pitch down low. Ball 1. We were wondering if we would see the starting pitchers back on the mound. Neither one of them threw a whole lot of pitches before.
This guy was untouchable.
Yeah. He had 4 strikeouts. Foul ball. Out of play. He had 4 strikeouts in the first inning, though. We'll have to explain. One of those was a pass ball, and the runner got on first base. 1-1 to count, 2 outs. Throw over. Lambert back in time.
Yeah, Lambert's parents got here, and his dad's first game to watch his son play, he hit a home run.
Ball down low. Lambert, pretty big kid. He was on the Lake County Sports Show this past week.
Oh, he was?
Yes, he was.
Here on the mighty 790.
With one of the smallest players, Jay Prather.
Yep, Jay's a small one. So did you tell everybody that this is the Leesburg Lightning Game of the Week, sponsored by Lake Sumter State College here on WLBE 790 Leesburg.
We're going to have to say that a lot because we're not going to get a full game in, that's for sure. And the pitcher, Keesor, steps off the mound. He didn't like the ball. Didn't feel right in his hand.
Last time I checked, all of them are the same. You know how many stitches are in a baseball?
I used to know, but I can't tell you right now. Ball's hit up the middle. Second baseman Rodriguez flips it to Rivera for out number 3.
So 4-6 on the put out. Fielder choice for McTenney. And for the Lightning, no runs, no hits, and 1 runner left on base. And at the end of 2 complete, 0-0. We'll be back in 60 seconds here on the Lightning Radio Network.
Michael Johnson is on the mound. Good deal.
Sarah and Lynn, and they are going to do musical chairs. You guys ready? All right, whenever you're ready, Chuck. It's okay. All right, we're going to take 1 chair away now.
Okay, we're back here live at Pat Thomas Stadium, Buddy Lowe Field. You're listening to the Leesburg Lightning Game of the Week, sponsored by Lake Sumter State College, here on the mighty 790. So 0-0 here for the first 2 innings, Billy.
Michael Johnson remains on the mound, and for those of y'all on the radio, you did not hear the fact that this is his 6th appearance. It's his 4th start. He now has pitched in 24 innings and has an earned run average of below .820.
.820.
Yeah, that's the best earned run average on the team and one of the top in the league.
Absolutely. And for a starting pitcher, that's awesome. You get a lot of relievers sometimes that have low ERAs, but he's done a great job. That's the son that Chuck Johnson never had.
He has one decision. He's 1-0 on the season. First pitch is called strike to Louis Olivier. And
Olivier is from Emory-Riddle University.
Swing and a miss.
0-2.
We've talked a number of times about he has really had this date circled on his calendar. He wanted to pitch in front of this kind of a crowd. He's never done it before. Ball goes off his ankle and toward third base, and Burgess comes in and is not able to make the play.
Well, that'll go as a base hit. So that's the second hit for the Winter Park Diamond Dogs. And that's going to bring up Christian Rivera, the shortstop, from Weber International University.
Can't remember if I asked Michael Johnson if he played any other sports. It looks like he may have played soccer.
Yeah.
Throw over. Back in time. He was trying to get an assist to Burgess. Pitch down low. Rivera, the ninth batter in the order, now has a 1-0 count. Boy, the sun has come out now. The no wind blowing. Throw over, just a nice little toss over there. Nothing serious from John. Jordan Bowersox, who rounded out to the pitcher last time, comes to the plate. Johnson doing a little bit of work tying his shoe.
Man, we're selling all kinds of shirts down there. Look at the Swedish travel services group.
Pitch down low. Ball 1 to Bowersox.
They are jamming down at the concession stand, Billy.
Yeah. Ball's hit to Burgess. Burgess back at third and throws out Bauer at first base.
It out to Brent Burgess last time. I saw Caesar Burgess during the lightning delay. Talked to him, and he says his wife Brenda listens to every broadcast that we do. So we'd like to say hello to Brenda Burgess and let Brenda know that if you go to the LeesburgLightning.com page, click the watch, you can actually, it'll take a YouTube live, and you can actually watch the game that we're broadcasting. So just Brent Burgess, go to LeesburgLightning.com, and you'll see on the right-hand side, it'll say watch. If you click that, you'll be in and watch the game.
First pitch to Rodriguez is a strike. Curveball's up high. 1-1 to count. Rodriguez, the second baseman.
Unbelievable crowd, Billy.
Yeah, it is. And they stuck around during that windstorm. The ball fouled off the foot of Rodriguez.
1-2 count. It's hard to believe we even had a delay. Just very little rain fell, if any. And but the lightning was close. Mr. Meyer over here had lightning strikes within 2 miles of the ballpark.
Is that another lightning record holder?
1-2 now the count. 3 hits down for Winter Park as we're in the third inning. 1 out. No runs yet, though.
We need to keep them at no runs. I don't care about the hits. Just keep them at no runs.
Yeah, because this is going to be a short game. We'll never make 9 innings. Ball's hit down to Burgess, and it's a fair ball as he tried to field it behind the bag, and 2 runs are going to score.
So that's a double for Rodriguez and 2 RBIs.
Burgess almost made another great play down there.
Okay, it's going to bring up Jacob Catsby from Wichita State University, the Diamond Dog first baseman.
And the left-hander grounded out to first base last time. Ball's hit high in the air. Burgess back in foul territory, and Collegiate makes the catch.
So FF5 if you're scoring at home. It's going to bring up Matt Mackey, and Mackey is the designated hitter for Northwest Florida State College. He's a big kid. Look at those shoulders.
That's a huge guy. He looks like a football player.
Yep.
It's a pitch, swing and a miss.
Good block by Mick Tenney. First pitch strike.
Yeah, the bottom fell out of that pitch.
Yep.
0-1 now. The whole infield is pretty much in the shade except right at second where the second baseman plays. There's a chopper hit to Burgess. Burgess takes it over to Gagnon for out number 3.
For the Diamond Dogs, they pick up 2 runs on 3 hits and a runner left on base. And at the end of 2.5, it's 2-0 in favor of the Diamond Dogs. We'll be back in 60 seconds here on the WLBE Game of the Week.
Keep the Lightning in Leesburg.
Dominic Gencola down here on the right.
Gencola, number 1, out there somewhere. On with Drew the Chameleon. Pete. Tyler Perry, 22. There's Tyler Perry, number 22. Well, whatever. 22.
Okay, we're back here live at Pat Thomas Stadium, Buddy Lowe Field for the bottom of the 3rd inning. Lightning down 2-0 to the Diamond Dogs. They picked up 3 hits in that inning, Billy.
Yeah, that's and coming out of the lightning delay, it may have made some difference. First pitch to Tucker Rayburn, who bats 200 as a called strike.
He's from one of the few schools that it's still a community college in Florida, Tallahassee Community College. Tucker Rayburn from Lake Mineola High School. It's a local product that was also on my Futures League team.
1-1 pitch.
Counting him, I forgot about that. Counting him, we've had 3 players pulled up.
2-1 the count now. Fouls that one off out of play. Lake Mineola High School, one of their more famous products from out of there is Drew Mendoza, plays for FSU.
He was here at a game, did you know that?
Yep, saw him sitting over there to our left.
Yep.
Swing and a miss, strikeout. And Keysore continues his dominance of the Leesburg Lightning batters.
That's his 4th strikeout. Can bring up Jay Prather. And I can say this about everybody in the lineup so far. Everybody's 0 for 1.
He struck out but got on a pass ball on a third strike. The first pitch is a ball. One of two players for the Lightning to get on base. Pitch is outside, 2-0.
So you really had to work today?
Yeah, I had to work today.
That's slave masters out there. Well, they got to pay for, they're sponsoring the Lightning game of the week. So Lake Sumter State College is cracking the whip, I guess.
Fly ball to left field, caught. Only 9 more days till retirement. 9 working days. Them down. 1 out. Peyton Falk out. About half their team.
Peyton Faulkner's parents are here in attendance. They drove down from Missouri.
Down in the dirt. That's twice they've been here now.
Yep. They were here to open the season and came here for 4th of July.
1-1 to count. Faulkner almost wore that one. 2-1.
2-1.
Love the fact that we got all red, white, and blue out on the field tonight.
Even Stryker's wearing red, white, and blue.
3-1 to count.
Stryker down there just had his 11th birthday, and he's down there in the crowd, working the crowd. There's
check swing, ball goes second baseman, and Rodriguez up with it. Cat's Fay, and we have out number 3.
Yep, they go 1, 2, 3. So after 3 complete, 2-0 in favor of the Diamond Dogs over the Lightning here on the Lake Sumter State College Leesburg Lightning game of the week here on WLBE 790 AM Leesburg, Eustis, and the Villages.
You're the reason we have America's birthday.
Okay, say including your base umpire. His name's Rob Holmes.
Of course, this includes our base umpire, Rob Holmes. Thanks for your service, Rob.
Minute and 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we're back here live at Pat Thomas Stadium, Buddy Lowe Field for the top of the 4th inning. And here to bring you the play-by-play, the host on WLB Lake County Sports Show, the award-winning Lake County Sports Show, Billy Matthews.
Kyle Gutvag will be the batter. He grounded out to Michael Johnson his last time up. Johnson remains on the mound. First pitch is a ball.
He might be related to some of these girls from Sweden. And they like Gutvig.
Yeah. We definitely have some European names.
3-0.
Well, Michael Johnson was on the money the first 2 innings, and he has had trouble finding the strike zone since
got number 24 warming up down in the pen.
And Mike Ruff. And walked the first batter.
Not a good sign.
Brings up Gibson Krasminski.
Gibson Krasminski.
And he had a base hit to center field his last time up.
He had the first hit of the ball game for both teams. Of course, we don't have a hit yet, so.
First pitch is down low. Burgess in right on the edge of the grass because this could be a bunting situation with no outs. And fouled back off the catcher. 1-1.
Just amazing to me, Billy, to see. I mean, this is what baseball is all about right here. It's the 4th of July. We got hot dogs down in the concession stand. Stands just packed to the max. Both teams wearing red, white, and blue. Just, and that grand old flag out there in center field. Just soaking it all in. Look at the sunshine on that flag.
Yeah, it does stand out. Called strike 1-2.
You see how many veterans we had? And even the Swedish travel service, I mean, the travel school kids over there stood up and gave a standing ovation to the veterans in the crowd.
Our umpire's a veteran also.
Our base umpire, Rob Holmes.
Umpire, yeah.
Got Eric Steiner behind the plate and Rob Holmes.
Over almost had the runner Gutbag. One and two now. Throw over again, not even close that time. 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Diamond Dogs.
Gagan looked like he got a haircut. He got a high and tight going on over there, Billy.
There goes the runner. Tenney throws down. He has the runner. Plenty of time as Lambert took the throw and made the tag.
I think we missed a hit and run there. What do you think?
That could have very easily been 2-2 the count.
There's Miss Teresa here.
That was a big out.
2-2.
And a check swing out to Lambert right up the middle. He throws over to Gagan and out number 2.
You know, when you throw a heavy ball, that's what happens. So 2 up, 2 down so far for the Diamond Dogs here in the top of the 4th, and that brings up Chris Burgess.
Notice Burgess writes something in the circle, the batter circle, before he steps into the box.
He wrote, "I love the Leesburg Thunder."
Pitches up high. Ball 1.
Ken Kelly I saw here earlier.
He comes to a lot of Lightning games.
Yep. Oh,
up high.
Up high and tight.
He likes these Burgess kids, doesn't he?
Yeah, he knows the advisor. You know, that's the new thing in baseball now, that all these kids that have talent in these travel teams have advisors.
Swing and a miss.
2-1. And so his advisor from Atlanta, the Burgess brothers advisor, he and Ken are good friends. And both these kids have talent.
Yeah. Swing and a miss. 2-2 the count. And trying to think, they're juniors. Swing and a miss. Strikeout.
Okay, so the Diamond Dogs go quietly here in the 4th. They go 1-2-3, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. You're listening to Leesburg Lightning Game of the Week, courtesy of Lake Sumter State College here on WLBE 790 AM, Leesburg, Eustis, and the Villages. We'll be back in 60 seconds here on the Lightning Radio Network.
Last night, I swore we wouldn't do. Drank too much beer last night, more than we wanted to.
We're going to play as close to 9 o'clock as we can.
We're going to get quite a bit of this in if it keeps up like this.
Okay, we're back here live, Pat Thomas Stadium, Buddy Lowe Field for the bottom of the fourth inning. And to lead things off for the Leesburg Lightning will be the first baseman, Tristan Gagnon.
Gagnon, Cox, and Burgess due up this inning, the middle part of the order. Gagnon struck out his first time up. Ball down low.
So I was just reading on my sports feed, Rays Logan Morrison rips MLB for including Gary Sanchez in the home run derby. And he's having a good year.
Yeah, he is. 2-0. Logan Morgan is up for
Morrison. Yeah.
Morrison is up for the last player on the roster.
Right. The fan vote.
Ball hit high in the air and caught by Daniel Rodriguez, second baseman. And Corey Dickerson, the All-Star
starting team.
Yeah, a designated hitter.
And well deserved.
Yes, it is. Cage Cox grounded out to the second baseman last time up.
From Alabama State University. You know, a classy thing by Cruz, Nelson Cruz, gave that starting position to the Ray player.
Yeah. Calls, no, a ball. I tell you what, I'm wanting to see Aaron Judge in the home run derby.
Did you see the ball that, what's the new left fielder for the Cardinals? He hit the longest ball in Major League Baseball this year, 456 feet.
Yeah.
Hit it the other way.
Yeah.
No,
1-1 pitch called strike.
I'll go to sleep if anything like that happens.
1-2, 1 out, nobody on for the Leesburg Lightning in the fourth, down 2-0. And it's just excuse me swing, and Rodriguez, second baseman, comes up with it on the outfield grass and throws out Cox at first base.
It's going to bring up Brenton Burgess, older brother by 60 seconds of Chris Burgess.
Is that why he was on a roster of a Florida Collegiate League Summer League team before?
Well, no, he was on because he got drafted by the New York Yankees.
Yankees have been here watching him at times, too.
There's Lightning, the first hit.
Between first and second base, and we finally got a runner on with a base hit.
It's going to bring up Camden Williamson. Williamson is having a fantastic season. You got the stat sheets over there. He's, what, 350 something?
378 coming into the game. Yeah. He's been on a tear the last couple of games. So a runner on now. Ball inside. Yeah, we were talking about before we got on the airwaves at WLBE that the number 5, 6, and 7 batters are all over 300 on this team. There's a attempted bunt, fouled back. Burgess faked like he was going to steal. 2 outs and bunting.
I think that was probably he was going to steal, and hopefully the shortstop was going to, maybe it was a hit and run. I thought it was a
throw over. Burgess back in time. Pitch too.
Yep. Between the
ball's fouled off left side.
Between the Lightning delay, I got a chance to talk to him from coaching against him in high school. And what a nice guy, good baseball guy. I see he's having some success because that winter was really a doormat for the league, and I'm glad to see him doing real well this year. They come into this game 11-7.
5 of the 6 teams will be in the playoffs.
Yep.
4 and 5 will play a 1-game playoff, and then the rest of 3. There's a swing, and a miss, and got away from the catcher, and they throw out Williamson.
So it's a strikeout swinging and then put out 2-3 for the third out. So for the Lightning, no runs, 1 hit, 1 runner left on base. At the end of 4 complete, it's 2-0 in favor of the Winter Park Diamond Dogs. You're listening to Leesburg Lightning Game of the Week, courtesy of Lake Sumter State College here on the mighty 790.
You guys ready? All right, on your mark, get set, spin. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, and Kayla won. Give it up for Kayla.
15, 16. Let's see, 30. Welcome back to Pat Thomas Stadium, Buddy Lowe Field for the top half of the 5th inning. Winter Park Diamond Dogs up to bat. And the first batter will be Luis Olivier. First pitch is a ball outside. He led off the 3rd inning with a base hit and scored the first run in the ballgame.
He is the catcher, and he is from Emory-Riddle University.
Ball is hit out to Prather, who knocks it down and makes a great play in getting back up. He just slipped on the grass.
Just look up in the sky and thank God it was a catcher running.
So out number 1. Prather knocked it down but slipped in the grass and got back up and threw him out.
Shortstop from Weber International, and he had a base hit and scored a run his last at bat. His only at bat.
That pitch is up high. Michael Johnson started the 5th inning with 49 pitches. Called strike. Only threw 4 pitches in the 1st inning, Michael Johnson.
Unfortunately, he had to pitch a second.
That one's up high, 2-1
second,
count.
The third was the one that did the damage.
Yeah, that was a delay.
Yeah.
Off the end of the bat, and Burgess charges and throws by about a step and a half.
How do you like that? That kid's got talent.
He does. He looks good. He looked a little uncomfortable the first couple of games, but he is settling in good here.
Well, just look at how he charged the ball, the strides he took in. And, you know, usually a ball that's hit that softly out in front of the plate, you worry about being able to get and bang, bang plate. And he threw that guy out by 3 feet.
First pitch to Bauer Sox is a called strike. And out on the end of the bat, Gagin comes up with it at first base and goes over and touches the bag unassisted for out number 3.
Okay, so for the Winter Park Diamond Dogs, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. And at the end of 4.5 innings of play, it is 2-0 in favor of the Diamond Dogs over the Lightning. We'll be back in 60 seconds here on the Lightning Radio Network.
Well, that helped his pitch count. Only 8 pitches. I have their pitcher at 54. 55. Okay.
We're not missing anything today.
Holy moly.
If you turn it upright, it's going to spin.
Wow. Gorgeous.
Okay, we're back here live at Pat Thomas Stadium, Buddy Lowe Field for the bottom of the fifth.
Kevin Lambert will lead off. He got all on an error in the second inning. And then he was forced out for the third out in the second.
Say it again, Johnny.
Okay, Lambert's a Hilltopper had a home run last game here.
And the pitch is high in the air, going back foul. We'll let everybody know the next home game will be a doubleheader right here at Pat Thomas Stadium, Buddy Lowe Field. It's on Thursday at 4 o'clock against the Winter Park Diamond Dawgs. Second game will be at 7.
Have fun with that, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Down low. Roger leaving me behind for a doubleheader.
Yep.
1-1 to count. Next pitch called strike to Lambert.
I'll be listening to you, though. I'll pay for the Wi-Fi and listen to it on the airplane.
There you go. Yeah, you'll have a long trip. Swing and a miss for a strikeout.
I'm impressed with this pitcher. Tyler Keesor from Eastern Florida State College. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strikeouts through 5 innings.
Mick Tinney will be the batter, and he hit into fielder's choice to second base last time. Ball. It is now starting to get dusk. We're not far from some fireworks. We've already had some fireworks. Ball 2.
Mick Tinney, catcher from Warner University.
That pitch is a called strike. It's a wonderful 82 degrees now. Boy, it was a hot day today in Leesburg.
We better get some runs because we are running out of time.
Ball hit something over there. Foul ball. And we don't show any more rain the rest of the evening. It doesn't look like any rain. Off the end of the bat, fouled back to the screen.
That's what you can't do if you can't hit it solid, foul it off. It's about the time when you're coaching the base, you holler, win the battle, kid.
They play Tinney straight away. Pitch just misses on the outside. Full count.
Full count.
The big thing is to run the pitch count up because starting the 5th inning, Keesor had 55 pitches thrown.
I like these unis.
You heard that? Announce race to bases, please.
There's a foul ball down the third base line. See kids.
Bugs and all Swedish travel students.
Pitches down low for a walk.
I think that we should. Maybe the only time they get on the field.
They're so excited about these games, it's ridiculous.
Tucker Rayburn comes to the plate with a runner on first base and 1 out.
There's a
ball to center field. It's fairly deep, but it will be caught there by Bauer Sox for out number 2.
That's the best ball we've hit tonight, though, standpoint of how hard it was hit. It's going to bring up Jay Prather. Now, I will tell you, I've seen Jay Prather. He's got pretty good power for... Pitch is way outside.
Gene, as our European friends are getting ready to line up to run the bases with the lightning bugs, this ought to be good. They get moving now. Down low. 2-0 the count. This may be the time they ever run a baseball game.
This is going to be interesting.
Ball's fouled off to the left. Out of play. Almost made misses. 2-1 the count now. We may have a half out. As the Lightning...
Look how many Lightning shirts were bought today.
Right up the middle. And
what
it
a
was
play.
Great play there by the shortstop.
What a play by
Rivera. Gets it up the middle. Tosses it from the ground to Rodriguez for out number 3.
That was a fantastic play. Okay, so no runs, no hits, 1 runner left on base, and at the end of 5 complete, it's the Lightning 0 and the Winter Park Diamond Dogs 2. We'll get back in 60 seconds here on the Lightning Radio Network.
This is good. Wow. Don't forget your time.
Welcome back to Pat Thomas Stadium, Buddy Lowe Field for the top half of the 6th. And Billy, I can honestly say that we just had more lightning bugs run the bases than most fans at other games, other than Leesburg.
How many would you say, 150?
Oh, at least 150.
It could be 200. Now they're trying to get them off the field. There's a bottleneck there at the dugout.
Yeah, all the Lightning players are slapping high fives with the Swedish girls is what's going on.
I knew he could do it.
And the little guy makes it across to finish it out. But we still have a bottleneck here. There must be at least 50 people still on the field.
Started at 9 o'clock, no matter what else happened. Actually, it's 9:15. So the game's obviously not get all the way down.
So we are going to have the Winter Park Diamond Dogs up. This is a legal game now.
It is a legal game.
And 2-0 is the score. Some huffing and puffing going on by these Europeans.
Yep, that's probably the most they've worked on their vacation.
Well, I think they probably at least had a workout going around Disney anyway.
You know who had the workout? Their parents paying for the trip.
There you go. What a lot of fun that was. Like I said, around 200 people. And we have Daniel Rodriguez, who was part of that play to end the inning. And Rodriguez has a double in 2 at-bats. First pitch down low. Johnson's still in the game. Only 57 pitches as we start this inning.
It's a shame. He's pitched a really good game except for that one.
Ball is at Prather as he just goes a little bit toward first base and
one
makes
second
an easy
baseman
catch.
to the other second baseman. It's going to bring up number 29, the first baseman, Jacob Catsby. And Catsby is from Wichita State University. Are the
Shockers.
There you go.
Hey, I knew that one. First pitch, a ball. He's 0 for 2 tonight.
Grounded out to the other first baseman and had a a fly in foul territory to Brenton Burgess.
You know, we talk about Wichita State. They were one of the 2 teams back in the late 60s, early 70s involved in a tragic airline crash. Ball hit long and foul, along with Marshall University.
Yep.
Which we lost. One of our Lake County, Stuart Cottrell.
He's probably it, wasn't he?
He was like 3 years in front. Don't make me that old now.
What year did you graduate?
769. Ball's hit down to Burgess with a great arm, but not in time. He should have charged a little bit. Could use.
That's a hit. Runner at first base, and that brings up Matt Mackey, designated hitter Mackey from Northwest Florida State College.
He struck out and grounded out to Burgess. So 1 out. First pitch called strike. Do you know it was in 1870 that Congress had an official unpaid holiday for federal employees for the Independence Day?
I did not know that, Billy.
And in 1938, they declared it an official paid holiday for federal employees.
They had to wait till 38 because between 30 and 33, there was not any money to give people.
It was all going to the war.
No, not war. It was depression.
Depression, yeah.
Yes, sir.
And they caught Catsby leaning, threw him out, pitcher to first base.
So 1-3 pickoff. That was a great play right there, Billy.
And we have an 0-2 count right now. Down low, hits Tenney, and we remember the last time I did a ball game, Tenney got beat up behind home plate. Yep. So 1-2 now the count. Swing and a miss for number 3.
Okay, we need to. They go 1-2-3 here in the inning. Winter Park Diamond Dogs lead the Leesburg Lightning 2-0. You're listening to Leesburg Lightning Game of the Week, courtesy of Lake Sumter State College here on WLD 790, Leesburg, Eustis, and Villages. We'll be back in 60 seconds here on the Lightning Radio Network. Thank goodness. I smell a 3-spot here, boys.
We need to win this game to get some of these fans back.
I'd like to have the Swedish fans back.
Tell them to bring their mamas.
New catcher, okay. So 25 is now going into catch. 20, Mark Felton. Who, what? Left fielder? 2. So Brandon White.
Where'd he go?
Brandon White went to West Virginia University. Left field.
18 came in the pitch.
And 18 is Eric Goldstein.
All right, what else we got?
Oh, crap. Welcome back to Pat Thomas Stadium, Buddy Lowe Field for the 6th, and we have some defensive changes for the Winter Park Diamond Dogs. New pitcher is Goldstein, number 18, Eric Goldstein from Georgia Southern University.
He's a submarine pitcher, throwing to Faulkner, fouls off the first pitch to the left side into the bullpen of the Winter Park Diamond Dogs.
Brandon White goes into play left field. He's from West Virginia University. And then number 25, Mark Felton from ABAC, Abraham Baldwin Agricultural College, goes in to catch.
Pass that air every time I head to the Belton's up 75.
Yep, I pass it every time I go to the hunting camp. It's only about 30 miles from my hunting camp.
There's a ball hit at what a play made by Rivera. He had to jump as high as Michael Jordan to be able to catch that ball.
I don't know about that, but he jumped at the full height of his leap. He caught that. So
that may not have been 40 inches, but it was at least a 30-inch vertical leap.
Yeah, Tristan Gagnon will be the batter. He's 0 for 2.
Ball.
Well, I'm going to need lights right after this happens.
1-0 the count.
It's got to be tough, and you saw a guy good overhand, and now you see this sidearm coming at you. And the pitch. Bruno.
On. Cage Cox is a firecracker right now, so.
Off the fist goes to Rivera, first base, number 2.
Well, Rivera can field it. Outs involve him here in bottom.
And he's involved in a lot of the outs tonight. He's made some outstanding plays out there.
Well, we really, we're getting close to. It's 8:38, so we got minutes left.
H. Cox has runs with Rodriguez twice. First one is ball.
A lake ball right here. Sit away at this thing. He's capable.
He hits it off fast. Trouble. A Bower Sox comes over toward left.
Bower Sox in center field. It's for the Lightning here in the bottom of the. Listening to Leesburg Lightning Game of the Week College here on the mighty 7-9. Lake leads at 2, and we'll be back in 60 seconds here on the radio network. Is Mike coming to the?
Was going to, but he did.
Oh, okay.
It was a last play.
Number 63219.
Bison made a deal. It's about 3 minutes long for the first of the game on the 12th. Yeah. And then Mike's going to make one, and Rusty's going to make one. It's going to be talking about a show, but I sample their music that they play. It's going to be really cool.
2235-486. 2235-486. Brad Shepherd gets ticket number 630-169-630-169.
Okay, we're back here live at Pat Thomas Stadium, Buddy Lowe Field, for the top half of the 7th. We have a pitching change. For the Lightning, number 24, Mike Ruff will go to the mound from Florida Atlantic University.
Mike Ruff has been in 6 games. He has started 3 of them, pitched 18 innings, has 1 decision, and he's 0-1, has a 3.50 earned run average.
So the line on Mike Johnson, 6 innings, gave up 5 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned. And he gave up, I believe, just 1 base on balls, I believe.
Tenney goes out and talks to Ruff to make sure they're on the same page.
3 strikeouts, no home runs, and okay, so Ruff takes over. First pitch low and away, ball 1.
Still into Kyle Gutveg. He's walked and grounded out to the pitcher. Call strike, 1-1.
1-1 the count. Gutveg is from Emory Riddle. Screaming Eagles, Emory Riddle.
Ball is hit toward right field, and a twist foul. Cage Cox almost got there. Yeah, drove through the campus at Emory Riddle on Saturday. That was the way they streamed us out of the infield at Daytona International Speedway.
How'd they do that? Again?
Through Emory Riddle.
Oh, good.
One and 2 now the count. Nice.
Oh, nice pitch.
Ball looked good. But 2-2 now is the count. Ball is hit hard towards center field. Peyton Faulkner back and makes it before the warning track in center field.
Gave that ball a ride, Billy. Gibson Krasminski will be the batter. He is from West Virginia University. He's a Mountaineer. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's right. Number 2, Brandon White. Sorry about that.
First pitch, called strike. So Brandon White is first at bat, brought in for defensive purposes, I would imagine. Pitch is inside, 1-1. Ball hit on the ground to Burgess.
Oh, no.
Burgess dropped it and decided to throw it anyway. Had no chance. I think... does he wear glasses?
He just dropped. No, he's got sunglasses on the bill of his cap.
And that threw him off, I think. So an error on Burgess. And the runner advances down.
That's our first error on the night, Billy.
Chris Burgess will be the batter. He got a fielder's choice though, but grounded out for the 3rd out, and also struck out tonight. First pitch is a strike. Pretty good chance this will be our last inning right here. Pitch up high, 1-1. Our next broadcast next week, we will broadcast Monday and Wednesday. Wednesday will be my 7:90 a.m. WLBE night. Swing and a miss.
Get back in the box.
1-2 the count. Chris Burgess.
Called strike.
Wow.
Hey, Roger.
Yes, sir.
The oldest continuous Independence Day celebration in the United States is the 4th of July parade in Bristol, Rhode Island. It started in 1785.
Really? How was it? Did you have a good time?
I was sitting in a stroller. Gee whiz. 2 outs now. Runner on second base. Ruff's first pitch to Felton, who came in to catch, is a called strike. Down low. 1-1. What's the percentage of Americans to set off fireworks in the United States?
It's under the...
I have no idea.
Swing and a miss. 26% of Americans set off fireworks. In 4 states, it's still...
So what you're saying is 26% of Americans are pyromaniacs.
That's correct. There goes the runner. No way they're going to get him a ball. It's still illegal to have fireworks in 4 states.
Which 4?
Florida's not one of them anymore. 2-2. And there's
he
a
got
tip.
A piece of that. Barely.
Illinois is one of them.
Went foul.
So the senior vice president of the Florida Collegiate Summer League, Stefano Foggi, just said that Illinois, where he's from, is one of them.
Ball on one hop goes to Burgess over to Gagnon for out number 3. So we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 run on base. The score's 2-0. We need some runs. Stand beside her and guide her through the night from above, from the mountains to the prairie to the ocean. With home, God bless America, my home, sweet home. America, sweet home.
Okay, welcome back to Buddy Field for the bottom of the 7th.
And we have our batting average hitters coming to the plate right now. We have Brenton Burgess, Cam Williamson, and Kevin Lambert are due up.
I've never seen that before. Guy just bounced a skull cap like a basketball, and it bounced right up in his hand.
Watch the fireworks out on the field right after the game. Regardless of what else happened, the game will stop at about 9 o'clock when we start the fireworks. So sit back, relax, enjoy the 4th of July. We're glad you're here.
And we still have Goldstein, the sidearm pitcher, out on the field.
If we're going to do it, we got to do it right here, Billy.
Yep, got a score here. Brenton Burgess, 1 for 2 on the night. Base hit to right field his last time up.
From Middle Georgia State University. And I'm going to dedicate this hit he gets right here out to his mother, Brenda Burgess, listening in Atlanta.
Middle Georgia State is somewhere up in the north part of Georgia, right?
You are so smart, Billy.
First pitch, down low, ball.
No, we need him to be a leader here and get us a base hit.
I was getting ready to say the same thing that Chuck was. And somebody who knows nothing about baseball just pulled in and has their lights on in center field.
Right. I mean, facing the batter.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. We need to sell some more advertising, I guess, so we cover all that up.
Right back to the pitcher. Over to first base.
So 1-3 on put out. Weakly grounded to the pitcher. So we're going to bring up number 28, the left fielder from North Carolina A&T, Camden Williamson. Cam Williamson. Having a fantastic year.
Very likable young man.
I love Cam Williamson.
His whole family are baseball players. First pitch called strike.
Umpiring's been pretty good tonight.
It has. Pitch is outside.
1-1.
Cam and the starting pitcher, Michael Johnson, both go to North Carolina A&T.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I should read my pregame notes from Statsmeyer.
It's a chopper to second base. Rodriguez takes it to first for out number 2. Well, I'll tell you what, Leesburg Lightning are pretty successful on the 4th of July. 8-2 record. They ain't looking good for the hometown boys tonight, though.
Well, we got... It'll be interesting.
They may get another inning in.
Hopefully they have a 2-out rally right here. Need 3 runs. At least 2, but 3 would be nice.
Pitch called strike.
Winter Park's pitching's been pretty good. That first pitcher, Kaiser.
Yeah, he was on the money. Called strike. McTinney on deck.
You know, it'd be great. Base hit right here and McTinney have his first home run in the summer.
Yeah, that would be good. And hit off the end of the bat, comes back to the screen.
Lambert had to do that because you didn't know how wide that zone was going to be.
Yep. Beautiful night here.
It's always beautiful, Bill.
Looks like the field of dreams except for the 2 headlights in center field. And Lambert fouls that one out of play off to the right hand. What can anybody be doing in a car in center field?
When it's 90 degrees outside, probably running his air conditioner, waiting on the...
Yeah.
Probably just some retired.
Pitch down low. 1-2 the count. Anytime you're at the baseball park with about 2,500 of your favorite friends, it's a good
Chuck
night.
Johnson hasn't announced the paid attendance yet.
Ball's hit up the middle, base hit by Lambert. The good guys are still alive. I'm going to guess.
Bubba Sangster.
Bubba Sangster's pitch hitting for McTinney.
Pitch hitting for the Lightning, number 26, Bubba Sangster.
Bubba Sangster batting 179. Has scored 2 runs. Has a home run and 9 RBIs on the season.
This will be a good time for his second.
Yes, it would be.
You know he's not going to stay in the catch, so
Betcher doesn't
he may look like one. He ain't one.
2 outs now. What probably is the last inning for the right to Sangster.
This guy
Coe
from High School.
And the pitch, I think.
You got to swing at that.
Yeah. You know what they say about power hitters? It only takes one swing.
He's going to St. John's State College, go up there to play for Ross Jones.
He won't get a better pitch than that yet.
They're not playing him very deep. And the pitch. And he fouls that one off his fist.
Got him scattering in the dugout. Still 0-2.
Two runs down, 2 outs. Runner on first base. 0-2 pitch to Bubba Sangster. And swing and struck him out.
Okay, so for the Lightning, no runs, 1 hit, 1 runner left on base, and the end of 7 complete. It is 2-0 in favor of the Winter Park Diamond Dogs over the Leesburg Lightning.
Only a 30-second break here, Mike. 30 seconds. All right, let's go.
Okay, we're back here live at Pat Thomas Stadium, Buddy Lowe Field for the last inning for sure. And we got a placement for Tenney. Is going to be number 6.
Mike Ruff on the mound. And Kristen Rivera will be the batter, left-hander. Hits the ball toward first base. Gagnon tosses it over to Ruff for out number 1.
They said they're going to start fireworks at 9:15. If we're still on the field at 9:15, that'll be interesting this afternoon.
Yeah. Jordan Bowersox is the batter. Bowersox 0 for 3 on the evening. Ruff's pitch. Called strike.
I tell you, that pitcher's going to be throwing a lot of fastballs. They're going to go pretty much right up to 9:14.
9:15, the light's going off.
Okay. That's all I need to know. You need to stop.
Attempted bunt. Called strike.
They won't have no problem. Stop.
Come on, got to do the arm, pitch, lights go on.
0-2 now, 1 out.
That's just
And swing and a miss. Strike
There we go.
out.
Hey, smart. Jason Moore didn't even throw the ball around. Good job.
Not wasting time. Daniel Rodriguez comes to the plate, taking his time. Has a double in 3 at-bats tonight. Right down the third base line. It looks like we're going to get 8 innings here. Foul tip back.
I finally figured out, you know how we get these pitchers to pitch now?
Yeah.
Rush them.
I tell you what, Moore's doing a great job behind the plate rushing this inning. Almost hit the batter.
It's not if you don't bring your bat down with you.
1-1 to count.
I've seen that happen twice in the Futures League this year. None of them were in play, but they were fouled. Yeah.
Ball's hit hard towards center field. Peyton Faulkner back, makes the catch, and the Lightning rush toward the dugout. So again,
no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We're going to do another 30-second break. Mike, 2-0 in favor of the Diamond Dogs. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on the Lightning Radio Network. We got him going, Chuck.
Yeah.
They'll click down there for injections now? That's him? What do you think we got here?
I haven't seen anything.
It's pulled down to concrete agent.
yeah.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
Okay, we're back here live at Pat Thomas Stadium, Buddy Lowe Field for the bottom of the 8th inning. It's amazing we've gotten 8 innings in, Bill.
It is, definitely. We would have had a full 9-inning game, it looks like, if we had not had that hour and 18-minute delay.
Tucker Rayburn will be the batter. He's 0 for 2 on the night, and we got to have it happen here.
Yeah, we're pushing the limits here. We have 12 minutes. Rayburn 0 for 2.
Don't call timeout.
Timeout called.
I got a little time problem here, Blue.
Offer to
deck.
Wow.
He's doing better.
Is up 1-1 to count. Tucker Rayburn, the college, is a designated hitter for the evening.
Have you had County Sports Show?
Not yet. Ball is hard. It is going to be in the gap. Right.
Lead off double by Tucker.
Jather will be the batter.
He got all of that one. Wonderful in before she goes to the Dawgs.
Got him. Is it?
I know.
Yeah. It's
well, I tell him the pitcher to throw at a coach before, but this might be a first.
And the thing is, if they get one run here, we got 5. Good out breaks up.
Score doesn't change.
This is
Jay Prather take care of it if he put the ball.
No. Yeah.
And the
9:06.
9 minutes. Ball flying. Save. Good runners at first and second.
That
Peyton Faulkner batter and he Walker. And have a pitch. Lefty so and down in Peyton Faulkner. Park Diamond doing everything. Jay Prather and him play together.
Yeah. So that was scored a single, Billy. It was hit hard enough to be a single, so we got 4 hits. We're within 1 hit of them.
Yeah, this game's all in the hands of Peyton Faulkner right now.
All right, man, we're praying for you.
Yep, I'll see you at the next home game. I'll talk to you.
Okay. Well, down to the wire. What a great way to end the game for Peyton Faulkner to hit a walk-off home run.
It definitely would be. Faulkner has 1 home run on the season and 7 RBIs. He also has 2 doubles.
All right, Blue, we're ready.
Okay, Peyton, get in the box. Get in the box.
Should be the last pitch here, isn't it?
This is
1.
All right, guys.
And we have 6 minutes.
They've been milking.
All right, turn the lights off.
Yep. Now the catcher's going to go out and talk. Holy.
Yep. Good. Won't matter if he puts the fence. Leesburg Lightning at 10-10 season.
Number 17.
Okay.
They will beat tomorrow. Faulkner acts like he's going to bunt. And pitcher steps off the.
When they do this, I'm going to start the music
And again, he faked the bunt.
No!
And pops the ball in the air. The catcher makes the catch.
Really?
So 1 out.
Unbelievable.
I'm not sure what that was all about.
They wanted to get both runners in scoring position to at least tie the game, but that was gave up your lefty against righty, and he's got power.
And Gagnon, though, has 2 home runs with 11 RBI. We want to see him bunt. Pitch side ball. 4 minutes of fireworks. Decision's been made. Not the lights off. Another pitch up in the bullpen.
Be ready. Turn the lights off.
Side. Ball's hit high on the Cage Cox duck.
Wow.
Just hope we can get these 2 batters. That's they give us a chance.
Well, you can't hit into a double play, that's for sure. That would be devastating.
What are you going to do? I'll tell you to turn the lights off.
Timeout call by the Winter Park Diamond Dogs. 3 minutes left. Be down the third baseline. Bat of as it comes back to the screen. Part of the Europeans are leaving to see the fireworks. Part of are staying for the break 3. We go to Gage Cox.
Well, last chance for the...
Let's go, Lightning!
And for
that thing is either move.
Yeah, should have, yes. Gage Cox. Hope.
Not right here, man.
We saw some in the just is outside. Oh.
No.
Oh, calls strike. Yeah, I know. Called strike. 0-2. I got it, Chuck. Oh, 2. One, 2.
Hit it out. I call it, Billy.
Countdown starts in 10 seconds.
Seriously?
Two, the count.
Hit this button? Yeah. Right there? Yeah.
3-2.
He ain't gonna call that. There's no what.
Should have thought about that before you went to the mound twice.
I didn't say to go to the mound.
Foul ball. Come on, let's have some fireworks here, Cage.
We don't have fireworks here now.
Some parties got to control the game. Not us.
Boy, this would be a great ending, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's
3-2. Runners on second and third. Called strike. That ends the ball game.
That's the ball game, folks.
okay for the Lightning. No runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Winter Park Diamond Dogs. 2 runs, 5 hits. The Diamond Dogs improved to 12-7, and the Lightning go to 10-11. The winning pitcher is going to be Tyler Kasor. Producing pitcher will be Michael Johnson.
Remember the Leesburg Springs tomorrow. You can hear that on the Florida Collegiate Summer League. And we will have a doubleheader at 4 o'clock and 7 o'clock against the Winter Park Diamond Dogs right here at Pat Thomas Stadium. And our next broadcast of Leesburg Lightning Game of the Week will be Monday versus Altamont Springs at 7, and then Wednesday against DeLand at 7 o'clock.
Okay, well, Billy, know that we're into Leesburg Lightning Game of the Week, courtesy of Lake Sumter State College, here on WE 790 AM, Leesburg, Eustis, and the Villages. So on behalf of Billy Matthews, this is Roger. Back to the studio, and Mike at night.
Happy
Should be at the field like going under. I leave these on, you should.
Transition from the. Doesn't look like anybody's rushing to get out there.
Everybody. Turn the. I'll go tell him. There you go. That leaves the note.
Say, turn your cell phone lights on if you need to sleep.
We'll leave these on though.
It goes on. If you got any more, turn them on.
That's it.